All right, guys, what's happening? Good morning. Good morning to you. It is Wednesday, June 16th, 2021. I'm back with you guys, man. I might be 30 minutes behind the normal schedule, but I am back with you guys. I'm happy to be here. And this morning, we're going to talk about why every entrepreneur has big dreams. You know, entrepreneurs are dreamers in the first place. That's how they get started doing what they're doing in the very beginning. They have a dream and they step into that dream and they create a business. We're going to talk about why every entrepreneur has big dreams this morning. Let's get started.
It is ultimately important for you to look at your goals, truly what you want to do in your life, and then look at the people who you spend the most time with in your life and figure out if that lines up.
All right, guys, what's happening, man? Good morning to you guys, and it is good to be back. I know I'm a little later than normal. I don't know who will even jump on here because we're all over the place, off schedule and out of whack, and I've had some crazy days here in the last week and a half, but it's good to be back here with you guys this morning. It's good to be talking shop a little bit, and I figured, man, what a better topic to kick us off with than why every entrepreneur has big dreams. And you'll see a post that just went up this morning from me on dreaming, you know, the whole concept of having big dreams and, you know, kind of what it does and how it works and how those dreams become a reality and all that kind of stuff. And, you know, over the last week and a half here, you know, with the event that we had in Fort Lauderdale and all the things surrounding that, you know, so many things were really a dream come true, a step in the right direction of something that I had in my mind, a dream that I had in my mind becoming a reality. You know, a lot of times those things start to happen in our lives and we don't even realize it, right? That at one point, you know, the things that we're doing today were actually a dream before. But why I believe every entrepreneur has such big dreams is that I really believe that is how entrepreneurs get started in the first place, right? It is how entrepreneurs take a step into entrepreneurship, is that they have a dream and they, you know, kind of start to step into that dream, or some of them just jump off the cliff without a parachute, trying to pursue that dream. And so that's what we're going to talk about this morning. But as always, I want to get started by saying good morning to some folks. What's happening? Jared Bird, David Martin, Dayton Packard, my brother, good morning to you. Michael Bonetto, Keith Calloway, Ryan, Caddy, and Trisha, good morning to you guys. Thank you guys for being here. Unexpected this morning. I wasn't sure if I was going to do this or not, but as the time was clicking by, I was like, you know what? I'm going to jump on here and I'm going to talk to everybody for a couple of minutes this morning and kind of get back in the saddle. So, but let's talk about, you know, dreams and, you know, we're talking about entrepreneurs and why every entrepreneur has big dreams, but I think every person also has big dreams as well. And I think that for a lot of people, you know, they will take those dreams and they will, you know, kind of cover them up because those dreams at a certain point in our lives, those dreams become uncomfortable to deal with. If anybody can relate to that, you know, you have dreams that are so big and maybe things aren't going your way or you're not progressing quite as fast as you would like. There's a million different things that I can remember, you know, going through and thinking at different points in my life and, you know, thinking that, you know, maybe some of the dreams that I had weren't gonna come to fruition. And I'm really glad that, you know, I talked myself through that and I got help from other people and advice from other people that kind of pointed me in the right direction and rekindled the flames of those dreams. Because, you know, without dreams, guys, where are we really going? You know, and for me, I think that people that don't have big dreams, they are just a ship lost at sea, right? They're just drifting around with nowhere to go. And so for me, dreams are what makes me feel alive, right? Chasing down something that I'm after, making progress in my life, whether it be progress in my marriage, progress with the family, you know, with the kids, or progress at work in one of the companies that I'm part of. You know, it is those dreams of something in the future that keeps life exciting, right? There's living in the moment and making sure that we're enjoying what we're doing right now. But it's super important for us to constantly be stretching our dreams. And so when you think about entrepreneurship or business ownership, or even, the career that you might choose, it comes down to you having a dream that something you're going to do is going to be better than what you have right now. And so you're trading risk for opportunity, right? And ultimately, when you have a dream in your mind and you start to act on that dream and you create a business around it, or you go get a job so that you can learn something about that particular topic that you have a dream of being part of. People dream of being nurses, and so they go to nursing school or college or medical school or whatever it may be. And so they start to move in that direction. They are moving in the direction of doing something that they actually enjoy. And so entrepreneurs, at the root of entrepreneurship, is the whole idea of having a dream, of seeing a problem that needs to be solved, and then creating a solution that solves that problem, and then spending the rest of your life trying to improve the way that that problem is solved, speed up the way that that problem is solved, innovate the way that that problem is solved. And when you look at entrepreneurship and you look at the companies that were created from that entrepreneurial spirit, Uber is the first one that comes to mind. Those were just a couple of guys that had an idea of an app that could solve a major problem that was happening in the world, which was, transportation was not readily available for people, right? And so you had public transportation, you had taxis, and these guys were like, man, we could solve this problem. There's a bunch of cars out there. Why not put those cars to good use? Well, we can't do that. Entrepreneurs don't think that way. Entrepreneurs have an idea in their mind, and they have a dream, and they start to act on that dream. And I want you guys to think about how many things that you use every single day that were created by somebody having a dream. The phone that you carry in your hand, right? Steve Jobs had an idea that we should all carry music around with us. And that created the iPod. And then he said, man, what if we could take this and move it to a phone, and you could have your music and your phone all in the same place? And then I remember apps starting to come into the conversation, the applications on your phone. That wasn't always a thing, right? And I remember thinking, when I worked for Verizon at the time. And so in the mobile device universe, they were saying apps are going to take over everything. And I was like, dude, why would you ever use an app when you could just go on the internet and look something up? Who would want to do that, right? You're going to have these apps on your phone that you can only do one thing on, versus the internet you can do anything on. And it's because somebody had a dream at the beginning of that, and it was innovative beyond what the common person, in that case it was me, what the common person could imagine as the application of this. But one person thought differently, and that changed everything, right? And so I want you guys to think about that. Think about those things that I'm mentioning: Uber, Apple, DoorDash. These are all spin-off companies that come from, Uber creating a solution. And now, we can get food delivered. We can get prescriptions delivered. We can get all kinds of stuff delivered to us as a result of one person having an idea, and then that spawning other companies into existence. And so I want you guys to think about this. What is it in your life that you've negotiated your dreams with? How many dreams have you negotiated that you shouldn't be giving up on yet? Is there something that you've always thought you wanted to do, and you thought, well, now I have kids, so I can't do that. Or maybe I'm too old, or maybe my time has passed and I can't start that business now, or I can't do that project now. I will tell you guys, there is always a way. And it doesn't matter if you're 85 years old or you're 8 years old. There's always a way for you to create something that makes you a little bit happier. And when you are pursuing your dreams, when you are able to start checking the boxes off of the dreams that you once had, there will never be a more fulfilling time in your life. For me, I look at, some of the things that are happening right now in my life, and they were dreams at one point. many of the things that I do every single day, the team that I get to work with, the company that I get to run, the people that I get to exist with in other companies, right? Other companies that I own, they were all dreams. When I opened the event in Fort Lauderdale, my talk was around, the concept. It was all a dream, right? Biggie said it was all a dream. And I remember those things being dreams. And I remember people telling me, that those things weren't possible, or how are you going to pull all that off? Or nobody's going to go for that. Who would do online training as a contractor? And so now we have 350 people that do that. And it's because I didn't listen to the naysayers. I didn't listen to those people that didn't see what I saw. And thank goodness Steve Jobs didn't listen to guys like me. Because look where we're at as a result of his refusal to listen to other people tell him that his dream wouldn't work. And so I ask you to ask yourself today, what is it that you have dreamed of creating or having in your life that you have put to the side for some reason or another? And I will tell you that you can do far more than what you think you can. And you can create anything that you want to create. And it's not okay for you to give up on those things that are really important to you. When you were a little boy or a little girl and you had those dreams, and as an adult, you started to negotiate those dreams because, well, I need to have a job. Well, I need to have health insurance is one that I hear a lot as to why people don't leave jobs to start their own companies or to venture out and do something. It's not okay for you to give up on those things that you want to do. Because let me tell you a little secret that I learned that I was reminded of last week when we were in Fort Lauderdale. Is those little ones that surround you are watching. And so if you don't pursue your dreams, the message that you're telling them, even if you don't verbally tell them, is that they should be afraid to go after theirs too. And what a shame, man, to look at little kids that have big dreams to change the world and to do things that make an impact. And for you as an adult to give them an example to be afraid of that. And that's what we do, whether we realize it or not. And so my single mission in this world, when people ask me why I do what I do, it is to set an example for those 4 little children that I have that have massive dreams, and to be able to show them that you don't need to be afraid to go after them. And even if you fail, you are far better off having tried than live with the question in your mind of, could I have done more? Could I have done better? Could I have created this dream that I had in my mind to help people and to impact people? Could I have done that if I tried? And so that is my mission in life, is to show them that anything is possible, that whatever you put your mind to, you can achieve. And again, there is no shame in failure. There is shame and guilt in not trying. And so I beg you to think about this today. Is there something you've always wanted to do that you just never got around to, that you negotiated with yourself because of one of a million reasons that you should be doing? A gift that you've been given that you have never used. For me, I am a believer in the quote, and I don't know who said it, but they say that, the number one thing you want to do in life is discover your gift. And then number 2, equally as important, is to spend the rest of your life trying to give that gift away to others. And so for me, I involve our children in as much as I can of our business. I try to explain to them, what we're trying to do and why we're trying to do it. How we're trying to make an impact, not just be profitable in business, but to make an impact and to help people and to have a mission behind what it is that we do. And I try to show them what it takes. When we were in Fort Lauderdale, I made sure that the kids came in the room and they saw what was going on and they could see what we were talking about. I took Quincy, who is, the most interested in what I'm doing right at the moment. I took him up on stage with me and just showed him what it was like to be up there, because I believe that, at the core of entrepreneurship, at the core of being a dreamer, if you will, is showing others the way and showing others that, you don't have to overlook your dreams because you're at whatever point in your life. You can start exactly where you are, and you are good enough to make it. It's about the books that you read, the content you consume, and the people that you bring into your life that are going to help you achieve whatever it is that you want to achieve. And if you can stay focused long enough, you can be someone that takes a dream that was in your mind and in your heart, and you can turn it into reality. And that, friends, is what entrepreneurs do. The successful ones always are looking for that next dream. They're looking for the next way that they can make an impact. They're looking for a bigger way to make a difference. And they're looking to change people's lives. And at the same time, they become addicted to that feeling of being able to impact other people. And that is it for me. As I've been able to take some of these dreams that I have and make them a reality, those dreams change. They're constantly moving. They're constantly expanding. And that's important too, for you to realize that, where you start and whatever mission you're on when you begin, it is so important for that mission to evolve. It's so important for you to keep your eyes open to what's possible, because you can't possibly dream big enough for what you're capable of in 5 years from now. Many people that are super successful that I take advice from, or that I follow, or I listen to their podcasts, they always say, people say, what is your biggest regret? What is the thing that you wish you would have done differently? And their biggest consistent answer is always, I wish I would have thought bigger. And the reality is, I give some perspective in my own mind to that every time I hear it. And I think, I'm not sure that that's the right answer, because I'm not sure that it's possible to be able to think bigger at that particular moment. But it is very important for us to continue growing and continue to invest in ourselves by reading books and listening to podcasts and studying things that can make us better, and meeting the right people and bringing those people into our lives, so that our dreams can continue to expand. And we never, ever, ever feel, like we don't have something that we're trying to accomplish. The dream continues to grow. That keeps us focused, and it keeps us fulfilled, and it keeps us excited. So why every entrepreneur has big dreams is because their dream in the first place is started by wanting to solve something, by having the desire to solve a problem for other people, and figuring out how to earn an income and create a life by solving that problem. And so when I look at my own life and I look at the things that I'm working on, and the companies that I own, and the things that are going well, they all started with that one mission. The dream of being able to solve a problem better than it was solved before, or solving a new problem, or solving it in some innovative way. So I will end with asking you again, is there something that you've been thinking about doing since you were a little boy or a little girl, or maybe just last week you came up with an idea and you say, oh, I can't do that. I'm too busy, or I have kids now, or that's too risky, or whatever excuse you tell yourself to put that dream to the side. I'm begging you, don't do that. Because I believe that when you get to the end of your life, you're going to look back at all of the things, not the things that you failed at, but you're going to look, the only regrets that you could have are the things that you didn't try. And so what is that thing for you? Is there something that you've always wanted to do that you've been putting off? Maybe you just don't want to put in the work. Ask yourself this: is that one thing going to create more meaning for my life? And if the answer is yes, you should without a doubt be doing it. So I'll leave you to think about that today. I appreciate you guys being here. It's good to be back with all of you. And I hope that one person out there that listens to this has that thing that's been on their heart or on their mind that they've been, thinking about doing, that they take action on it, right? That they move in the direction. And it doesn't mean you have to create a business, guys. It means, what is it that you've been wanting to do? Doesn't mean you have to create a business, but what is it that you've been wanting to do that you haven't done? Take action on it. You'll be glad that you did. Thank you guys for being here. I will see you again tomorrow morning, 7:30 a.m. tomorrow morning, right here on Morning Perspective. I appreciate you guys being here. Good to be back. And as always, I love you guys.